Hiya, Carol here, fourth and final panel of my rice bag. And I'm going to begin by layering up. I'm going to use this synthetic soft fabric that I've used before for covers and kids' bags. And if I didn't have a machine, it's totally not necessary, but I've decided to do some free motion quilting. These gloves are lush and I couldn't do this without them. I'm just going to go round in circles around the bumps. I'm after texture and colour and interest. So Jenny K left a comment saying that these panels looked 1950s style, and I'm trying to lean into that. And these specs do that for me. In fact, if I can just take a second to thank everybody who's left nice comments or liked and subscribed, very much appreciated. Now, obviously that's a lot of yellow on yellow. I've got some stretchy synthetic stuff, got this gold synthetic and a very similar one in pink, but I'm just not feeling pink. But there comes a time when you've just got to make a decision. So I've chopped off a bit of this gold and I'm going to attach it down by doing my little X's. By keeping some of the same elements of the other panels, it'll make the whole thing a bit more coherent so that each panel will be different but yet similar. Thinking about the other panels, I'm going to do a tentacle. On a green bit of cotton, I'm going to make it rise up a little bit with this upholstery backing. I'm going to applique it down. So making regular cuts right up to the line and turning the rest of the fabric under. And then coming up through the fabric and catching just a few threads of that fabric. You are going to see the thread because there's quite a bit of volume. Now I'm wanting to add some sort of texture or interest to this tentacle. So I'm going to do a few French knots with this blue colour and see what it looks like. So just bringing the needle up, wrapping a thread around the needle twice, and then going down just beside it. I'm holding the thread nice and tight with my thumb. Are you noticing my big polar bear jumper? I've heard so many people say that they really love this time of year and I just don't get it. I'm just going to be hibernating now in my polar bear jumper until spring. I'm going to work on a bit of composition. So I'm going to iron down these rabbits at the right intervals of the glasses. So this is where I'm wanting to place the glasses, but I'm wanting to put these beads on. This was acquired from another trip to the second-hand shop. You cannot believe what people chuck out, can you? Look at the lovely shape of that. So I was thinking of arranging these beads, arranging them around the glasses or the piece. I'm just going to go and sew down some beads. And this is what it's looking like. So I've made it like the other panel with some clusters like that. I've just tacked these glasses down with one stitch for the moment. And then I'm having another look at the tentacles. The other panels have got a little bit more sprigs of pink in. So I'm doing these pointy bits on the end of the tentacles. I'm bringing in the same colour threads as I've had for the other panels, so I'm just trying to get a bit of an accent colour. Then I'm showing you the bead cluster, and that this big sequin, I just poked my needle and thread down right through it, so it was really easy to get on. And now I'm just balancing out the other side. I've done a few of these bouillon stitches that I don't think actually add that much to it, so only did 3. There's no point in faffing on if it's not going to bring something new. And then I went back to the tentacles and went berserk with the sequins and the blue and green beads, and I think I'll call that finished. I've done a folded over edge and then couched things down, so I've got a bit of blue yarn in there and a red pom-pom, and that's that. So let's get this all sewn up. I've got another panel of the same size. This is the base of the bag, so there's going to be nothing special there. Then I'm going to put these two together and stitch along. I'm doing all this by hand. I'm just going in a couple of millimetres from one of the sides, and I'm just doing this in the form of an X. I've already decided that I'll be covering up some of these sides with some other like yarns or something that I can couch down. So I'm not too bothered about whether it looks tatty or not. In the middle of every panel, I've sewn in these gold rings with red thread. I've put my strings in to keep it shut, and it makes this nice sort of star shape when it's closed. Right, let's have a look. Get this clutter shifted to one side and get a shot for Instagram. Well, thank you very much for watching. Been a pleasure to have you. Don't look at all the mess. Eyes on the prize, Violet, eyes on the prize.